All right, welcome. This is the last section of Daphne and Apollo, where she actually turns into the tree. So we're going to spend time, I think 5 lines, talking about her turning into a tree. And then we're going to talk about how Apollo reacts to her when she's in the tree. All right, so it starts out with an ablative absolute. Remember, she's just finished praying to her dad. Please don't let him get me, right? Please help me take away my beauty is what she's prayed. So it's with her prayer scarcely having been finished. That's your ablative absolute. A heavy sluggishness, torpor is an English word, but it's not super common, like a sluggishness, a slowness maybe, seizes her arms, her limbs, and a probably her soft chest is encircled by a light bark. And this is our first reference to a tree, right? Her chest is kind of surrounded by bark. I think you can do this whole line in Latin word order, and it's not great English, but you can do it. So into leaves, her hair, into branches, her arms grow. So her arms grow into branches, her hair grows into leaves. It's a singular frondem, but it means like foliage, into foliage maybe, like a bunch of leaves, not just one leaf. Her foot, recently so swift, sticks in slow roots. Now this is a very beautiful little chiasmus we get here with the 2 nouns, her foot and the roots, and then I'll change color for you real fast. And then the thing describing the foot is recently so quick, right? And then the thing describing the roots is slow. So they're really contrasting, like her feet being fast with the slow roots. So a nice little chiasmus for it. I'm gonna switch to colors. This is the plural really, but it means the singular. It says mouths, but it's kind of like the poetic plural, right? Her mouths have a big frondy part at the top of the tree. I don't have a great English word for that, but it's that whole like array of leaves at the top of a tree. In your packet, there's the picture. You can look at that. Her mouths have a big foliage. One shiny thing, one last shining piece, right, remains in that one, and that one being Daphne. I think what that last line is, or last little chunk is trying to point out, is that even when looking at the tree, you can see a little bit of Daphne's beauty still. You can see a little bit of her beauty still shining through. You can tell that that tree didn't start out as any old tree. It's got the beauty that Daphne had. And that whole thing has, I think, even keeping going, if I'm glancing down, everything's got presents. There are like 1,000 historical presents in here, right? Phoebus loves, Apollo loves this one also. Notice this one is feminine because it's her, right? Daphne, yeah. So Phoebus loves this one also. That line, those first 4 words, really harken back to lines we saw at the start of the last section. Maybe it's 2 sections ago, when Phoebus loves her and wants to marry her. Those lines are pretty parallel. It's a little callback, if you will. So Phoebus loves, Apollo loves her, this one also. And we got another ablative absolute here, with his right hand having been placed on her trunk. Yeah. He senses that, we're in an indirect statement, don't forget, indirect statement, he senses that. And now in an indirect statement, just to remind us, the subject will be accusative. That looks nominative, but it's a neuter. It's pectus, pectoris, neuter. So that's actually your accusative. And your verb looks like an infinitive. That's your verb. Let's see if I can box it. Did it. All right, so he senses that, no word for that. Her chest shakes still. Her chest still shakes under her new like bark, under her new bark, because she's a tree now. I think he's feeling her heartbeat, right? He's put his hand on the trunk and he can feel her heart beating under there still. She's shaking because she's nervous. That's an order, a word, the word order is weird. That's a hendiadys for you. And having embraced, this is him, having embraced, oh, let me switch colors for you because we got a little figure speech here. Her branches like arms with his own arms, right? So he has embraced her branches like their arms with his own arms. Can you see how these two words I've underlined in green are embracing the one I've underlined in red for you? It's like he's hugging her. There's a little word play for you. He gives kisses to the wood. Nevertheless, man, this is heartbreaking. The wood flees again from the kisses. Maybe flees again the kisses. Oh man, that's heartbreaking. You'll also notice we got some word oscula. I'm switching colors for you and I'll show it to you. Dot reflected and then another color. Whatever, the pink. Should I kisses in pink or no? All right, so you can see, right, green, orange, pink, orange, green, pink. We've put the kisses and the bark right on opposite ends because she's fleeing from them. That's just a word order. It's clever. It's clever. I don't know that it's really kind of or anything. It's really A, B, sorry. It's really A, B, C, B, A, C, maybe. It's not really chiasmus or anything, but it's the word order is intentional there, I think. To whom, this is to her, right? The God, and then you got to go down here for says, right? To whom the God says, but since my wife, you are not able to be, since you're not able to be my wife, you will be a tree, certainly mine. Remember, we talked about he puts off that mine till the very end to give emphasis, right? So he says that certainly you will be the tree of mine. He puts off that claim until the end. Always. And then remember, we're going to get like three 1, 2, 3 subjects for this verb. So this HYPERBATON has a bunch of subjects. I'll switch colors. Coma, kitharai, and then nostri, phitri. Those are all subjects. Nostri is an adjective that goes with phitri, right? And then we also get a bunch of direct objects, but they're all repeated. It's all you, right? So always, my hair will have you, my kithara, my lyres, it's plural, will have you, and our quivers will have you, laurel tree. Now this is a pretty lofty claim, right? His hair will have you, meaning the laurel crowns that Romans wear, right? Our hair is going to have you. Our lyres, you can imagine the like wooden part of a lyre, the part that the strings are attached to, that's a laurel. And then our quivers, he's talking about the bow and the arrows are made out of laurel for Romans often. I shouldn't say that. They're not often made out of them. Laurel's a pretty pliable wood, but he uses uses laurels to be his bows for this purpose. You'll notice we've got te, semanaphora, right? And we've got, it's not really synchesis, but kind of, right? A, B, A, B, A, B. 1 second, bud, I'll be right there. And then that is where you had to stop being responsible for anything. So I'm going to pause there and the next video will come on shortly.